You were a part of one of the most iconic factions of the Attitude Era in the Nation of Domination.
Yes.
People still talk about that to this day. Talk to me about how you got paired up with Ron Simmons and The Godfather, because
Well, it started out with Jim. I gave Jim Cornette a call, and he had asked where I was, and I said I was down in Puerto Rico, and he goes, "Can you be in New York this Saturday night?" And I think it's like a Tuesday, and I was like, "Sure." And he goes, "Do you have a suit?" And I go, "Of course I do." And when I hung up the phone, I looked at my girlfriend and said, "Hun, I need to go get a suit because I don't have one." And he asked me if I had one. And that was the Shotgun Saturday Night debut where I got perma plunged on top the Lincoln by Ahmed Johnson. Um, and it was because of that bump that Vince McMahon took notice of me and kept me coming around. Because if you go back to the Nation days, there was Savio, Crush, Farouk, and then there's Clarence Mason and a bunch of other guys standing behind him in suits and ties. Well, those were all Clarence Mason's fraternity brothers, and none of them were trained wrestlers. So you've got this group getting heat on the good guys, and the good guys can never get even with the bad guys. So they brought me in as that guy in the suit who could be bumped around a little bit and get even.
and of course it added Mark Henry as well, and
And yes,
little a little someone that went on to go and do bigger and better things.
yeah, there's that guy. He did a couple things after wrestling. I really can't put my finger on it, but he did a couple things.
Of course, we're talking about The Rock, Dwayne
Yes.
Johnson. When you talk about, being on the road for 300 days a year, you're with
Mhm.
so many people up and down the road, meet friends and share these bonds, these common bonds, and really develop this camaraderie. And it seemed like watching back at some of the footage, you guys seemed to enjoy what you were doing with the segments that the nation had.
And that is the understatement of the world. We truly enjoy doing it because off camera, we were all friends. So, what better place than to go have fun on camera with guys you already love being around? And so it was just an extension of what we were doing in the car or what we would joke about at the hotels. We got to again then go do it on TV as a group together. So when you say you can see us having fun, it was the greatest time of our lives, and we all enjoyed it, and we got to do it standing next to our best friends.
Did you have any fun stories, any fun road stories you might want to share, a little anecdote or two?
I'll give you one. Um, I remember when Taka Michinoku first came to the WWE. His English wasn't that great. So Jim Ross asked Mark Henry and I if we would drive Taka around. So get him used to the territory, going from town to town to town, teaching him how to get on a plane, that kind of stuff. So cool, no problem, get in. This one particular time, we got a big old van because we were in Columbus. We had to do that showdown in Wheeling, West Virginia, I think it was. And so it's about a 200-mile drive. And so we had this big van. In the van was myself, Mark Henry, Brian Christopher, all of Kai and Ty. Okay.
Hmm.
So Taka is laying down in the van and he's sleeping. And on the way back, there's this one rest stop about halfway, and there's a McDonald's, a Burger King. And so Mark goes, "Hey, we're coming up on the rest stop." And I go, "Hey, Taka, what do you want to eat?" And at this point, Taka hadn't really, doesn't speak any English. He looks up and goes, "Oh, McDonald's, Burger King, it doesn't matter." And then he puts his head back down. And then he puts his head back up and he goes, McDonald's, Burger King. And right then, Mark and I, bro, you just blew it. You speak perfect English. You are just, and right then he goes, "I'm sorry. My trainer had said, don't tell anybody I speak English." And from that point forward, even in the locker, he'd be like, "Oh, Taka, speak English." And for the longest time, no one thought he could speak English. Taka, talk to him. And Taka will go, because even then he was keeping the secret. But in
Wow.
the car, he talked just like you and I are talking right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just those moments like you're around all these people like yourselves and Kai and Tai and DX and all these
Mhm.
different factions. We're so over, man. The energy levels were crazy back then too, because you had so many people watching.